Hey, what's going on, guys? I don't have a lot of time to be on video, so I'm gonna make this video pretty quick, pretty quick review. Let's get into it. I've been wondering if you want to pull, and you've been waiting for my opinion. This is the video for it, of course. So, she's a burst 2 healer / taunt unit with a submachine gun, which is, you know, not really the best, but it is what it is. Anyways, she's got reloading speed, which is always a good thing, but she has submachine gun, so it's kind of like, okay. Now she has taunt. She has indomitability for 1 time per battle, so very useful for a certain category of the game, which we'll be talking about soon. She gains pierce, and also she recovers HP. And also herself, she gains a boost of HP for a good amount of time. So, what I'm trying to get at here is she is a very good PvP user. Her kit is very useful for PvP, and I don't really see how any of this would be useful anywhere else, in my opinion. I mean, the second ability would be pretty decent for like really hard content that like does those explosion things that charge at you. I don't know if I can say the word, you guys know what I mean, the things that blow up. That would be pretty good against that, because she probably would be able to survive it if you build her up properly. But other than that, I think that she's just really good for PvP. So if you care about PvP, this might be a must-have. But other than that, if you don't care much about PvP, or you're stuck at a low rank because there's just too many whales in your server or category or whatever, then you probably don't want to pull. And I'll be talking about collab pulls at the end of the video, but for now we're just talking about the units. Let's go to power. Alright, no, we don't want to look at that. Well, I mean, that's pretty nice to look at too, 2%, okay. Anyways, another burst 3, but with a rocket launcher, so it's something at least. But burst 3 in my opinion are the most contentious to invest in, because they will be the ones that you're going to be using the most. For example, Modernia. I'm pretty sure most of you have Modernia. You pulled from Modernia. You probably still are using Modernia. So are you really going to take her out for this? We'll have to see. Let's find out. So when you get a full charge, only when you use a full charge, you get a Blood Fiend attack boost, and you stack up to 3 times for 3 seconds. That's not that long. I'll have to find out if that's pretty decent or not, but I don't know. And then she has a very unique ability here on her skill 2, which has an explosion radius. So once you're at max stats of Blood Fiend, 18 normal attacks on a rocket launcher, not that easy, but it'll probably be done eventually. I guess it's gonna be kind of hard to work on this unless you're using her manually, I suppose, perhaps. And you're hitting every target. And you get a reload of 100%, so you get to reload immediately. Looks like. For 1 time. It's kind of not that great, but okay. And then she does a massive amounts of damage to 1 enemy, so good against bosses, or against the special bosses that you do every day for equipment. She'd be very good against all those bosses in the special integration. Other than that, I don't think she's really that good. Maybe that's a hot take. I really don't think she's that special, and considering you gotta pull a lot to get her to LB3, considering that you'll never be able to get her outside of this collab because her spare bodies will not be in the shop after that, I think this is a pass. If you're free to play, I honestly, in my personal opinion, this is a super hot take, probably. If you're free to play, you shouldn't be pulling on collab banners at all. Even if it's your favorite game of all time, if you're free to play, this game is like probably one of the worst games to do collabs with ever, because like, I play a lot of other games on this channel, and none of them are nearly this bad of needing, you know, a lot of stuff in a short amount of time. So it's terrible for free to play. If you're a whale, even, I'm kind of like hesitant a little bit. So I think that this banner in its entirety on both of them are a pass. Power is pretty good. I'm not saying she's bad, but I just don't think it's really necessary if you already have Modernia, which I'm sure most of you guys already have. And as you see here, I already have 31 tickets saved up, and I've got some gems. So I'm trying to save up for, you know who, the Dragon Lady. So gonna be saving up for her instead of these two. If you are someone who finally wants to get an edge up on the competition in your PvP, then this lady here, Makima, might actually be top tier. Maybe not be the absolute best top tier, but she'll probably be up there in terms of PvP for ages to come. But is it worth pulling to maybe get nothing? Because you could spend everything and get nothing. I mean, that's the chance you take in all bot banners going forward. But it's hard. It's even more hurtful here because it costs so much to get even one spare body. Let's look at the spare body shop like always. If I can click on it. Okay, for some reason it was lagging. Okay, so here we are. 200. And most of you may have already used yours on Modernia, which I did. So it's too expensive. They don't come back ever again. They said this themselves. They're their own unique thing, so you can't even bring them to a tower other than the main one. The big one at the top. They didn't even make, first of all, they didn't even make their own tower for these. Secondly, they did not allow them to be used in other towers because that would have been an interesting like Joker card or Wild card where you could have these collab units in the other 4 towers. That would make them a lot more enticing to pull because now you have a more variety. But they didn't do that, I believe. So I think this collab was a pass. And maybe it's your favorite anime of all time. Maybe it's your favorite manga of all time. But if you're free to play, you should be passing. You shouldn't even be looking at these. Don't even look at these. I know it's really tempting. Oh, it's my favorite character in this anime. Or it's my favorite character in this manga. And I know how that is. I know how that is for sure. But I'm looking at for you free to play, and it's just really, really, really predatory for people who are spending money in this game. Really, only can get a lot of value out of these banners. So, in essence, as I've been trying to tell you for the past few minutes, definitely not worth a pull, in my opinion. But you're free to let me know in the comment section down below if I'm wrong. There are some people that always tell me about certain things on the kit that I may have missed, so I'm okay with that as well. I'm just giving you guys my opinion. I've been looking at them for a day or so, and I've been looking around, researching, and finding out what other people think as well. Very small amount of that goes into my review, of course, but I think this is definitely a must-pass, especially for free to play, especially if you're saving for the next Pilgrim. This is definitely a must-pass, even if you're a whale. So, thank you guys very much for watching. Appreciate ya. Usually at the end of the video I'll probably do like a ticket pull or something, but I'm just going to save them for, I think her name is Nilister. I think is what I saw the name going around was, Nilister. As soon as I saw that, I didn't even look at anyone else's opinion. I was like, as soon as I saw her, I knew she was the next big thing. Like, you don't give someone that appearance if they're not the next big thing. Seriously, that's my opinion. Alright guys, see you next video. Peace.